Welcome parents, family, friends, and pre-K Tigers to our STEM Student of the Month award ceremony for the month of February. Give them a hand, everyone. We are so happy that you could all join us today as we celebrate our Tigers who have demonstrated the STEM trait of the month for being risk takers. So good for you. Give yourselves a pat on the back. To carry on with our school theme, HERO, which is the acronym for helping everyone reach our goals, we are here today to recognize our risk-taking Tigers because we believe that everyone in our school community is a hero. We use this theme in conjunction with our STEM traits. Each trait is represented by a superhero who exemplifies a STEM trait. February's STEM trait of being a risk taker is represented on the student certificates by the superhero Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel is not necessarily known for her superpowers, but rather for taking risks and having tenacity. Additionally, she can extend her lifespan, and has speed, strength, and wits and endurance. She uses these traits when up against the forces of evil. What a risk taker. Today we honor our Tigers who have demonstrated their ability to be risk takers with their education. Through your wits and endurance, you have been the models of risk-taking in your classrooms and within the school community. Now, I'd like to welcome Miss Wonderly to the stage to MC the awards. Miss Wonderly. Good morning. All right, so this is how this works today. You have a name on your chair and you have a name that was on your seat. When you come up with your grade level, and this is pre-K through 8, I need you to bring the slip that has your name on it. It's kind of like graduation practice because you're going to slip me your name to make sure that I read what your teacher wrote about you. So I have the right student with the right description. You come up, Miss Knowles or Miss Bell will help you get on the stage. You come across, shake everybody's hand, get your goodies, wait until everybody from the grade level is called. Then we'll have some time for moms and dads and family and friends to take pictures, and then we'll go off the other side of the stage. And we'll wait till the very end for refreshments. And just so that you know, parents, just a couple of key people. We have Miss Knowles on the stage. She's helping get everybody on. She's one of our counselors. Miss Tumanella puts everything together every month. She's our STEM coordinator. I know I saw Miss Bell. There she is. Miss Bell is one of our other middle school counselors. And of course, Mr. Weaver, standing on the table. But he's doing our recording today because you can also find this, parents, on our Twitter page, on YouTube, so you can also share it with family and friends that are far away or can't be with us today. All right, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get started with our pre-K kiddos. All right, starting us off, we have Nicholas. Nico walks into our classroom each day with a smile and ready to work with friends. He's willing to try out new things and ideas. He works well individually and with peers. This is Akash, and he is never intimidated at trying new things. He's always eager for a challenge. He does not get discouraged if he doesn't get something on the first try, and will continue to work through it until he gets the job done. And these are our pre-K students. All right, I know we've got parents out there and friends that want to take their picture. Kindergarten, if you would stand up and look at Miss Knowles. Kindergarten, look at Miss Knowles. She's going to help you get up on stage in order. Everybody stand up if you're a kindergartner. Make sure you have your name with you. Follow Miss Knowles. She's going to get you up here. right, to start us off in kindergarten, we have Kamari, and we're going to hold our applause till the very last kindergartner, because we have a lot of them. Kamari is our class risk taker. She is confident and isn't afraid to try new things, and this shows in her daily work. Jordan is a great example of a risk taker. He is always willing to try new things and encourages his peers to also try new things. He's a great leader in our classroom, and we are happy to have him. Bala is the epitome of a risk taker. She arrived in our classroom about 2 weeks ago from India. She has let nothing hold her back. She's always willing to try new things and ask and answer questions. Yara is an active participant in class and is not afraid to raise her hand to answer any questions. She tries her best to use her English language skills and stands her ground even when others disagree. She works very hard to complete all of her work in time. Claire is our STEM student of the month because she is a true risk taker. She is always willing to try new things and challenge herself. She thrives off of determination and never quits. She understands that sometimes we have to make mistakes in order to learn new things. She's always up for the task and gives it her best. Nora takes risks in class, and it has made her a strong student and friend. In writing, she has stepped out of her comfort zone. Instead of being afraid to spell unknown words, she attacks those hard words and is able to put together many thoughts and get them down on a paper. Brody's class voted him as our class's risk taker. He is willing to put himself out there and try new things. Ashley started kindergarten very shy and scared. Slowly she started to take risks and speak to students and myself. She gained confidence and now loves to be at school. It makes me so happy watching her walk in the classroom every morning with a huge smile saying good morning to everyone. We are so glad she took risks and stepped outside her comfort zone. Mira is a risk taker in class. She has grown so much from the beginning of the school year. When put in new situations, things can be a little scary for anyone, and Mira really works hard to try new things and learn from them. Gabby is a diligent child who is a risk taker. She eagerly tries activities that are challenging. She attempts unfamiliar tasks, although she may not be successful all the time. She eagerly tries her very best and inspires her peers to be risk takers as well. And these are our kindergarten students. First grade, will you stand and look to Miss Knoll? She's going to help you get up on stage. First grade, can you stand first before we get all the pictures? Look to Miss Knoll, she's going to help you.
First graders that way. First graders walk that way.
All right, now kindergarten family and friends, if you want to come closer for a picture. All right, here come our first graders, and please hold your applause till the end of the grade level. This is Aria. She is always a risk taker. She is never afraid to raise her hand, speak in front of the class, or share her thinking. She goes above and beyond in everything she does and is well liked by all of her peers. She is a model tiger. Addie is always willing to take risks in and out of the classroom. She is willing to take risks when it comes to learning as well as in her friendships. She is always willing to go the extra mile to make sure her friends are happy and they are successful. Sanaya is a great student and a friend to all. She overcame her shyness at the beginning of the year. She participates actively in class discussions and is not afraid to raise her hand and get in on the conversation. Sriharsha is not afraid to take on a challenge or to take risks in and out of the classroom. He's not afraid to try new things and explore his curiosity with his learning. Ella takes risks in her classroom every day. She participates in learning even if she isn't sure. Ella takes a challenge with confidence that she will learn and grow. She tries her best and takes risks to be an awesome learner. Colt is always willing to try something new. If something doesn't work, he just tries again. Way to go, Colt. Ariane is a great risk taker in the classroom. He is not afraid to try new things, answer questions without reserve, and participate in discussions. He is a good example for others to follow. Ray takes chances on the unknown. She is willing to challenge herself with difficult tasks and stands up for what she thinks is right. Aisha deserves our STEM Student of the Month award for being a risk taker because she's not afraid to answer questions, problem solve, or volunteer to help out her classmates. She comes to PE eager to try new exercises, activities, and sports with a positive attitude and a smile on her face. Kyle is always thinking of ways to solve problems in the classroom. He isn't afraid of trying new things to solve problems. He's always offering ideas to his classmates to help them come up with ways to solve their problems. Abby is always willing to try new things and will give it her all. If something doesn't work the first time, she finds a new way to solve the problem. Zainab not only loves to raise her hand and share her ideas in our class discussions, but I can also rely on her to encourage others to do the same. Once, while students in our class were reading a story aloud with a partner, she patiently supported her partner as he sounded out each word. Her confidence in him helped him get through a difficult time, and we are all so proud. And these are our first grade students for the month. Okay, second grade, if you would stand, second grade, stand and look towards Ms. Knowles. She'll help you get up on stage, and parents, family, and friends of first graders, you may come closer for a picture at this time. Start us off in second grade, we have Penelope. And when the teacher saw a risk taker, she immediately thought of Penelope. Penelope is always pushing her artwork to the next level and experimenting with trying new ideas or materials. She is creative and loves a challenge. She thinks outside the box and makes her artwork unique and creative. We love her art style, and by taking risks with art, she will just get better and better along the way. Lucas is willing to try anything. He will be a model for silly social activities, an errand runner, and the first to raise his hand for anything new. He plays on the playground like he's Tarzan himself. He loves adventure and excitement. He rides his bike to school and home each day with intensity and a spirit of competition. Lucas has never met a risk he didn't like. Parker is a go-getter. He is ready to face challenges presented to him daily and is never afraid to try something new. He is a joy to teach, and he is a very enthusiastic learner. Frankie is always working hard to stay ahead of the curve in music. He always has his hand up and is constantly ready to volunteer for any type of performance. Being in front of the class is not always easy, but Frankie enjoys taking a risk to show his knowledge. Annabelle volunteers answers and suggestions for problem solving even when she is not 100% confident. She goes out of her way to think beyond the obvious and be creative with her learning. She does not get discouraged if what she tries doesn't work out the first time. She's always willing to try new strategies with a great learning attitude. Ty is a true leader. He is not afraid to try new things, share his ideas, or help others. Even if he is unsure, he puts 100% of his effort into everything he does. Jody comes to our class from Egypt. She has only been in our country 10 days before entering our classroom. She was eager to learn from the start. She spoke very little English, yet she was determined to read and write. She took risks and asked questions, speaking English whenever she could to the teacher and her peers. Today, she is very independent and loves to participate in discussion. Anissa is a very shy and sweet girl. Even though she's very shy and quiet, she always raises her hand to participate in class discussions and lessons. She will share her ideas even if she is not completely sure she is correct. She is willing to answer questions and take the risk she may not be correct. That doesn't discourage her ever. She's really come out of her shell this year, and she's willing to take risks in front of her classmates. Caleb is always willing to go outside of the box and try new things in class. He thinks of things in an innovative and creative way and is never afraid to share his thoughts or ideas with his peers. Anthony is a risk taker and enjoys new things. He has tried new technology tools, new ways to problem solve, and has shared his new findings with his friends. Anthony's level of excitement is contagious, and we all enjoy learning with him. We are proud to nominate Haley as February STEM Student of the Month. She demonstrates characteristics of a risk taker by confidently speaking up during accountable talk and class discussions. She's not afraid to share her ideas with others, which is a breath of fresh air for such a young person. Benjamin is a daily risk taker in our class. Benjamin is an English language learner, but unlike some students who would feel shy or fear embarrassment, Benjamin does not hesitate to ask questions to expand his knowledge or to share his curiosity and his learning in front of his classmates. And these are our second grade students. Third grade, I need you to stand. Third grade, stand and follow Miss Knowles, please. And parents, family, and friends, feel free to come closer to get a picture of second grade at this time. Okay, third grade. We have Eva. She is fearless. She fully commits to whatever is in front of her without letting anything get in her way. Hashtag risk taker. Our STEM Student of the Month for risk taking is Alyssa. She's always willing to try new things. She is fearless when it comes to answering questions, helping others, and going the extra mile to do her very best. She is awesome. You can count on in any situation. Shloka represents the spirit of a risk taker. When she is working out a problem, she never hesitates to think outside the box. She is never someone to take the easy or obvious road and always looks to challenge herself. Braylon started the year a little bit shy and nervous about third grade. He took a risk and started working super hard, participating and applying all the skills needed to be successful. He's now rocking third grade and ready to take on whatever comes his way. Being a risk taker means to go outside the box and take a chance, even when you might fail. John takes those chances every day in school. Sometimes things get tough and John takes these challenges head on. Whether it may be comprehending a story, writing a piece, or helping a friend, John takes those risks to do his best. He is a role model for risk taking. Leo started third grade as a shy student. He was hesitant to raise his hand and speak in front of the class. Now Leo participates daily. He is the first one to raise his hand in class, and all of his classmates want him to be their partner. Jordan is truly an example of a risk taker. She is not afraid to try new and difficult challenges. She participates in all activities with excitement and energy. She has great character. She's polite and respectful to both adults and peers at all times. Jasmine has shown that she is a risk taker in music class. She volunteers to do tasks even though she may not be confident in that particular area. She's willing to try new things and displays a trying attitude. Chloe is the perfect example of a young risk taker. Her optimism prevents her from being fearful of the unknown or not being right. She expresses her opinion even when she knows that some might not agree. She does not care about what others may think of her approach to solving problems. She's totally aware of the benefits that can come from taking risks in the classroom. And Dylan is always finding ways to make sure whatever he is doing is interesting. He is not afraid of taking risks and thinking outside the box. Being a risk taker is what makes Dylan's capabilities exceed beyond what is being asked of him. And these are our third grade students. Okay, fourth grade, go ahead and stand and look to Miss Knowles. She's going to help you get up on stage, fourth grade. And third grade parents, family, and friends, feel free to come closer for a picture. All right, on to fourth grade. Shh, I know, it's very exciting, and we have so many students to recognize. Starting us off in fourth grade, we have Zaire. He is always willing to take risks, not knowing if the outcome will be in his favor. He is not afraid to try something different, even if he's the only one doing it. Ruby is not afraid to take risks when it comes to being open to new ideas and thinking out of the box. As a result, her answers in reading are creative and thought-provoking. Her writing demonstrates thought and analysis. She's demonstrating academic growth, and it is amazing to be a part of that. Jennifer's first language is Spanish. She came to us not speaking much English. She has shown tremendous growth in the short time with our class. She is our risk taker because even though she may not always be correct with her response, she is still always willing to try. Kevin's homework assignment was to study the moon over time. For the first few days, no luck. So Kevin made a plan to stay up until 2 a.m. on Saturday night. He stuck to his plan. Kevin faced all kinds of obstacles: sleep deprivation, isolation, and extreme cold while making observations and posting videos to Seesaw every 45 minutes. He took big risks, and now he knows everything there is to know about the moon. Caden isn't afraid to take risks, even during times when he is not certain. He takes chances, and if things don't work out, he just keeps going on to the next adventure. Ian is a student that takes risks in class regularly. He is often the first person to participate when learning new concepts and understands a mistake is simply a learning opportunity. From making videos for educational purposes to dressing up for a part in class, he is respected by his classmates for his incredible effort put forth daily. A lot of what we do in music class requires students to take a risk. Victor is constantly the first to volunteer to share something he or his group has created. He also sings and plays instruments confidently, especially when first learning a song, which makes him stand out as a risk taker in music. Benjamin exhibits a growth mindset. He is not afraid to try something new or take a risk. Good job, Ben. Pavitra never stays in that place of comfort or complacency. She sees the importance of frequently attempting opportunities to master new challenges and has achieved her goals with STEM Fair, Tropicana speech, and reading challenges. Luna is someone who loves to stay busy and has never been afraid of a challenge. She sees a challenge as an opportunity to grow and learn. She takes risks with projects and assignments in class and it always works out for her. These risks are examples of how she continues to grow each day. Siley is a hard-working, respectful, and talented student. She is always willing to go the extra mile to learn and succeed at something. But what I admire most about her is her ability to take risks. She joined Bengal Beat Ensemble knowing that it would be a difficult experience, and she is doing wonderful. She even joined Bengal Singers partway through the year. She is always more than willing to jump at an opportunity to be challenged. Nana is not afraid to take a risk and make a new friend, find a solution, or share an idea. She is always willing to share her positive thoughts and positive attitudes with everyone. Angelina recognizes when she is being challenged or doesn't completely understand and isn't afraid to ask for help from her peers or teachers. In science, she accepted the challenge to be filmed for vocabulary movements, and in writing, she was one of the first to share her Tropicana speech to the class. Her parents and teachers are so very proud of her. And these are our 4th grade students. Okay, 5th grade, stand and look to Ms. Knowles. 5th grade. And 4th grade, parents, family, and friends, feel free to come closer for a picture at this time. All right, here comes our 5th graders. Shh. Everybody who's already gotten their award, I need you to sit up nice and tall, eyes on the stage, sit nice and quiet, so we can hear what their teachers had to say about them. All right, starting us off in 5th grade, we have Nathan. Nathan is such a risk taker in class, and the teacher loves it. She says, whenever I ask a question, his hand goes up and he's willing to share his thoughts with the whole class. During group collaborative work, he's willing to respectfully disagree with someone if he has a different thought on the subject. I love listening to him take risks in his learning. Lee participates actively in all of his classes. He doesn't allow challenges to overshadow his effort. He's willing to make mistakes so he can learn from them. He isn't afraid to seek help so he can gain deeper understanding and in turn gain more confidence in his learning. Jackson is a risk taker in the classroom by always trying new things. He is willing to take chances and uses these opportunities to learn from them. Way to be a risk taker, Jackson. Hannah is always trying new ideas to help her fellow classmates learn and grow. Many of her peers have expressed she's willing to go out of her way to support a friend and help them think of another way to figure a challenging situation. Hannah is always open to new ideas and will always be the first one to be the doer. Ebony takes risks in the classroom that inspire her classmates to do the same. She is always willing to contribute to class discussions, even if her opinion differs from others. She's always not afraid to admit when she is unsure about an answer, but she does not let uncertainty stop her from trying. Anna is a risk taker every day. She is always going out of her way to make a new friend or get to know someone better. She is very brave when asking questions or sharing how she feels. And these are our 5th grade students of mine. All right, 6th grade. Look to Miss Knowles. She'll get you up on stage. 6th grade, go ahead and stand. And 5th grade parents, family, and friends, feel free to come closer for a picture at this time. To middle school. Starting us off in 6th grade, we have Carlos. His first language, like everyone else in his class, is not English, though that does not stop him from participating in class and answering questions, even if he's not 100% sure that he's correct. It requires a risk-taking personality and lots of hard work, process questions, read, and answer orally in a different language, and Carlos is that person. Jada has been a risk taker as she has exhibited great courage as she has had to move schools in the middle of the year. She jumped right in and has been an excellent student and role model to her new fellow classmates. Gabriel was nominated for the Student of the Month in the Risk Taker category because he is always willing to take a chance on volunteering and answering at all times. He is willing to make mistakes and takes risks academically each day. Yella is always ready to participate and try something new in class. She also encourages others to do the same with new material. Aaliyah has shown character traits of being a risk taker as she moved all the way from New York in the middle of the school year and has shown courage in meeting new friends, being kind to others, and working hard to catch up with this new curriculum. Joseph is always willing to try new things and always looking for ways to relate science to his life. Joseph has a wonderful way of looking at things in a different light and always willing to share his thoughts and ideas. There is not a day that he does not give us 100%. Luz takes risks in the classroom and on the soccer field. When challenged in class, he tackles the problem and only quits when he has successfully completed the task. On the soccer field, he takes risks for his teammates. Arnaud is always willing to submit his answers and ideas to the class discussion with the understanding that his answers could be wrong. He is not afraid to be wrong because he understands that the most powerful learning experience takes place when we learn from our mistakes. Naya is a student who is willing to do whatever it takes to be successful in and out of school. Jemiah has been a risk taker from the beginning of the year. She volunteered for our student council rep, even though she was nervous to stand in front of the class. She now regularly presents information to the class. She is also willing to take risks academically and volunteers, shares, and is an amazing young lady. Our class nominated Giovanna for risk taker because she's not afraid to try new things and she never gives up. She's not afraid to fail when doing new things because learning and finishing the task is more important to her. Hannah is one of the class's most helpful students in addition to having the desire to not only know class material, but understand the material as well. She is both informative and receives information willingly. She represents her family well and is very kind to me and her fellow classmates. She scores high marks on classroom activities and we're very proud to nominate her as the STEM Student of the Month. And these are our 6th grade students of the month. All right, 7th grade, please stand and look to Miss Knowles. And 6th grade parents, I know you're out there. Come closer to take a picture. All right, here come our 7th graders. First, starting us off, we have Andy. Andy is a determined young lady who sees no obstacles. Her confidence allows her to challenge herself, learning and experiencing new things. If she occasionally falters, that's okay. She shakes it off quickly, learns from it, and moves on. She is an inspiring young lady destined for success. Ashton has taken chances on multiple occasions in both band and guitar class. He has faced his fears and overcome them with perseverance and hope. His leadership in this area has given others and myself the courage to take risks. Alicia takes risks to achieve her goals. Even if she is uncertain about something, she will still move forward to success. She even goes as far as helping other kids when they are confused. Erin is willing to do everything she can to achieve a goal and take a risk. Ashlyn is never afraid to try something new. She is always one to ask questions and try challenging new music in piano class. We are so proud of her and admire her greatly. When Caitlin completes assignments, she does so with confidence. When Kathleen completes assignments, she does so with confidence and accuracy. Many times her answers are out of the box, and she is always willing to take constructive feedback. Venetia works very hard to understand and complete all elements in her class assignments, analyzing, evaluating, and using critical thinking skills. I appreciate all of her efforts, and we're proud to see that she too is beginning to recognize that her efforts and risk-taking will assist in achieving individual goals. Yaya stands up for herself and her peers and does her best to ensure the success of others. She is a voice of reason in a room of energy, and she bravely does her job on a daily basis. She never has a problem taking that first step and breaking through, which is an admirable and respectable quality to have. Briggs is willing to take risks with his learning and take that chance. He's willing to explore new areas, which is awesome. Wyatt is an outstanding avid student. He will try to do anything that he is asked to do. He readily accepts challenges and always has a smile. He shows respect to his peers and his teachers. Mariana is a student who is liked by all teachers and administration. She challenges them daily to encourage regular participation, which only takes 1 or 2 you can do it speeches. She is willing to learn new things and help when needed. Mariana may need any extra push here or there, but always comes out shining in the end. Aiden is always willing to share an answer, even if no one else in the class will. He will take a risk being wrong, but he is often right. Thanks for stepping up to take a risk. Paige is a student willing to say and do what her heart believes, and she has no concern for how others perceive her. She is definitely a risk taker. And these are our 7th grade students of the month.
get 'em
Eighth
all.
grade, go ahead and stand and come up on stage. Seventh grade parents, family, and friends, feel free to come closer for a picture. Right, eighth grade, top dogs, or top tigers, I should say. First off, we have Maria. Maria always accepts the challenges that are given to her. She does not complain or make excuses, and even if she's not sure or doesn't know, she knows what is asked of her. Yasli is an independent, self-thinking, and be-herself young lady. At an age when so many students are trying to both be individual and part of a crowd, most students end up being part of a crowd instead of individuals, but not her. She is her own person without shame, and that makes her bold, makes her brave, and makes her a risk taker. Jenna is a terrific student, always willing to try new things. She is hardworking and a self-advocate. Jenna's eagerness to tackle any problem will help her be successful always. Femi is my risk-taker nomination. He is always willing to put himself on the line for what he believes in. He is outspoken for himself and always also the underdog. He is willing to take a risk when most students are not. He's very inquisitive and is always seeking the truth. Jordan took a calculated risk working on his Hero's Journey project with a peer from another class, and this risk paid off big time. Not only did they both produce a very creative graphic novel, but they also presented it during Slam Night. Eduardo is always willing and open to share his answers, whether he feels they are right or wrong. He takes risks in trying new strategies while solving problems. He truly understands that in order to learn, one must take risks, try new things, and learn from their mistakes. He has been successful in algebra because of these qualities and deserves the Risk Taker STEM Award. Juan is receiving this award for being an excellent risk taker. Specifically, he has demonstrated an aptitude and natural curiosity in the science classroom. In addition, he has demonstrated a willingness to take risks when demonstrating advanced concepts to the rest of the class. This result is not only him learning from his own experiences, but others learning from him as well. To this end, Juan has demonstrated that he has the makings of an individual and pushes the boundary of any subject or topic he sets his mind to. And these are our 8th grade students. All right, 8th grade parents, I know you're out there. Family and friends, feel free to come closer to get a picture. Okay, we are not quite done yet, so I need everybody to hold off on the refreshments. We're not quite done. Ms. Land is going to come back to the podium. We have just a few more people we're going to recognize for this Student of the Month.
Come on.
So this is the final leg of our awards assembly for Student of the Month and for our leadership team nominees of the month. I'm going to start with our leadership team. Mr. Bugs has taken many risks this year, from implementing new student and teacher programs at TVKA to finding creative ways to handle student situations. Mr. Bugs is a true risk-taking treasure. Thank you, Mr. Bugs, for all that you do. I'm going to switch it up to middle school. Ms. Fernandez is a risk taker because of her passion for her students. While every teacher is passionate, Ms. Fernandez will often advocate for her students and challenge them to perform at their highest level. She provides tough love and does not allow her students to use their language barrier as a crutch or even excuse. Thank you, Ms. Fernandez, for all that you do. And then we're moving on to upper elementary school. Ms. Sate has demonstrated some great risk-taking this year. Not only has she willingly jumped into a new grade level, but she has incorporated new practices like robotics into her teaching practice. Her students are greatly benefiting from Ms. Sate's risk-taking. Thank you, Ms. Sate. And last but not least, Ms. Bontrager began the school year very pregnant. After her maternity leave, she returned to a position in a new grade level and with a whole new class of students. She's always willing to jump in to help and try new things with her students. She took a risk by moving to first grade and has been doing a wonderful job with her students. Thank you, Ms. Bontrager. Thank you so much for being such great leaders in our school and for working so hard to make a difference with all of our students and all of our faculty and staff. Please, paparazzi, take some pictures of our leaders.